Hello, this is Destro Star here. I just wanted to make another video for the Soldak franchise game line, and basically we have Den's Legacy early access here. So, as you can see on this lovely screen here, I've got a level 100 hardcore character. Yay, we did it! So, level 100 hardcore character would have some more difficulty mods if I could, but well, there's only that and only hardcore and semi-hardcore, which is not as hardcore, so that's how that is. So purpose of this video is just describe my character a little bit, kind of my thoughts on the early access, my thoughts on hardcore mode, discuss some of the skills, some of the balance. There's really just a lot of stuff here, and I might trip over my words a little bit. I might go in circles a little bit. Video might be long, but I'm going to try and get through everything as coherently as I possibly can. So just kind of starting it off, level 100 Sorcerer / Summoner Dark Templar. Sorcerer Dark Templar are core summon... Oops, sorry. These like switch order. Didn't know that. Summoner Dark Templar is like core, and Sorcerer I just got for the teleport late game. Hardcore character, of course, so you max vitality. You pretty much don't ever want to not do that, because if you need to meet stat requirements on items, you can just use potions and stats on gear. So that's kind of how that goes. The rest of my points went into strength, and at like level 85 or whatever, I just kind of stopped putting points in and stopped caring about my character because, well, that doesn't matter. All you care about is experience and getting as many kills as possible as fast as possible. So, gear. We got our minion damage pauldron. We got this amazing helm here, and I'm going to talk about items next in a second, but this amazing helmet here. We got combat experience, 3 slots here for jewelries and necklace. So we just go through those really quick. Got combat experience on pretty much all this stuff here. Minion armor, notable there. Status effects total time, you gotta get status effect duration. It's important. This is an amazing torch that I got super lucky, and I got like level 60 or something. But of course, you can't repair torches, so it broke, and I didn't ever find a replacement. So that's how it goes. Wand, again, status effects total time. You want to get like a large amount of that. I would like to get more, but 400% is good enough for what I was doing, basically. Ring of the Witch, and Invigorating Ring. So, that's my gear, and those are my stats. I'm just going to, again, just overview everything, and then kind of, explain more details into different things. So, selections for the skills. Pick Prayer, Hardiness. Wanted to get Dark Ritual, of course. Minion Tactics. Provoke Minions. I actually didn't get until very late, and that was just because I was too lazy to deal with the... mutations menu bug, which I'm going to show, I guess, really fast. You can't actually pick the summoner here on the screen, even if you have it unlocked, and you can kind of get around that by mutating from an existing character. So I just made a summoner character, and then I mutated from it to get provoke minions. And that's how you also can select any skill you want. You just get it, put a single point into it, and then pretty much have it forever until you take points out of it, and then it's gone. So, provoke minions. Summon Scree, actually, I didn't use. Those are just mutation levels. I'm just pointing that out because in Zombicide, my level 100 character is Summon Scree, and I'm going to be talking about this a lot more in a second. Concentration speed, again, late game. Just get that speed, point dump, etc., etc. Luck Aura, Magic Find Chance. Unholy Vitality, again, late game, you gotta get that scaling. Teleport, just nice, late game. Oh, what the heck? The reuse time is 0 seconds? What? Hold up. I actually haven't noticed that. I'm just gonna check and see. So there's a little bug with the bar down here. If you, and it's not like fixing itself. Okay, did it, hold up. Normally I'll just relog. Normally it fixes itself when you just assign an item to the bar. It'll like correct itself, but I'll just rezone in and it'll fix itself like that. But yeah, let me just check teleport out really quick. I'm actually curious because that might just be another bug I'm going to be reporting. So let me just see. Oh, no, it's actually broken. So, well, apparently my character has infinite teleports too. So There you go. And that's because it's got the mutated skill bonus. I think it's mutating even after reaching max level. So, whatever. Gaseous form. Of course, signature move that I loved from Zombicide on my like summoner that I won with like a whole bunch of difficulty mods on. Gives you 480% armor, huge flat resistances. And the downside is that you can't use skills, which you don't really care because you are a summoner. Of course, just mention that here. I was playing a summoner character. Interestingly here, we have the Summon Chaos Lord skill, which I'm going to go over. Wow, there's only 1 point into that later. And plate armor, because you have to be able to use plate. Basics, again, we're going to be going over a lot of stuff in this video. You want to make sure you've got wand, cape, mail, leather, shield, just the basics on those. And then you're going to want to get a bunch of health bonuses, which I'm going to describe how to get, I guess, in a little bit. So yeah, that's the overview of the character. And I hope that overview piqued your interest on a lot of stuff. I know if I was watching it and didn't know anything about what I was doing here, I'd be really confused and interested. So, basic gameplay for this character is I cast my buffs, Hardiness, Unholy Vitality, and it pumps me up to 36,000 life, and then after that, I start summoning stuff. So we're going to go into the most juicy bit first, and as you can see, oh no, why do I have 4 summons here? It clearly says that the max count is 1. Well, turns out that this skill is actually broken. Yeah, fun stuff right there. And I can hear everybody saying now, oh, well, your level 100 hardcore count was like cheating. I guess it's kind of like cheating, whatever. It's early access. I'm not on the ethics police or the ethics committee. I don't care. So I have level 1 in this, and what it is I only have a monster max count of 1, but you can summon as much as you want, so that is actually ignored. Same with the monster level 52, it's ignored, and you see it's level 202. The way that the skill works actually is it just picks a monster from what would spawn in the area and summons it under your control. So, if you're in a different area, which I mean like when you go to the character select screen, you pick your area and select like level 100 or whatever. Whenever you're going in there and you're picking the area, whatever monsters would spawn in this area, or any other area, that's what you're going to summon. Of course, this town has summons blocked, so these are what would spawn in this town if random monster spawns were enabled. So that's kind of how that works. And yeah, by doing this, you can summon as many as you want. I usually summon about 20 because, well, you're going to get crashes when you have 20 or more than 20 monsters. When you have 30, 40, it lags the game and you get crashes, and nobody likes that. So I do about 20, and that way I only crash every 15 to 30 minutes. And it just depends on how much stuff is going on. And I find that just staying in one area, like the above ground overworld, tends to not crash you as much. I don't know if there's a memory leak when you go to areas or something, but whatever. I don't know. I can't explain it. All I know is this skill you only want to use about 20 at a time. And then I buff it up with my Dark Ritual, blah, 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 and all that. And they do good damage. So that's... Oh, and of course, then I put Gaseous Form on. I speed Gaseous Form. And then I just run around and kill things. And I'll show a level 200 run in a second. It's not that exciting at all. Yeah, it's not exciting at all. So yeah. So that's pretty much my character's, the play style, if you will. Now, I want to discuss, basically my thoughts going into this game when I was deciding what character to build and how I wound up essentially deciding on a summoner and even figuring out about Summon Chaos Lord being bugged, because I did know that it was bugged in Zombicide. I actually had, even though it's not on any character, I had added it to a character just to see what it was like, and I knew at the time it wasn't working, but I was thinking it was probably fixed in this game, so it wouldn't be buggy, but it turns out it's still buggy, so rip. But basically I came into Dense Legacy, and I was okay, I just played a while, and I immediately noticed monster density is way up. So yeah, you got to be really careful when you're playing. Early game's really dangerous. It's really important to use corners and stuff. And another thing that I can't say for sure, but it felt like the damage of monsters went up. And again, this is just one of the things you can't really say for sure, like if that's actually the case. But I don't know, because when I was playing my Zombicide mod, when I was making my mod, I changed all the balance for the early game stuff, so I can't really recall the exact vanilla balance. But it just feels like the monsters hit really hard. And when you have more monsters and they're hitting harder, maybe it's just because there were more that felt like they were hitting harder. You got to be really defensive. And there's another thing that I can pretty much confirm at this point just from experience. But monster drop rate, item drop rate is like down. And I mean, it could be the case again just because like normal monsters don't really drop that much in the vanilla Zombicide. And in my version, they drop more. I don't think they do, but whatever. I could have my mixed experiences, but basically, drop rate of items is low. So going back to the items that I showed here, as you saw, I've got mostly common and uncommon items. Throughout this entire playthrough, I found absolutely 0 usable rare items, and I found absolutely I was going to say 0, but only 1 very rare item. That's why I was really surprised I found this. I found 1 very rare item that was usable in the entire run. And I think that just speaks to show how bad the loot is. I found 1 set item, and it was from a game room. I did one of the challenges, the Vitality Challenge, and I beat it, and it dropped the set item. And I found 0 uniques, 0 artifacts, and 0 legendaries, of course. So when you go into Den's Legacy, as it is right now, I hope that Soldak, they buff item drops. But if you go into this right now, you have to basically play under the premise that your gear is going to be absolutely poop. And the only like jewelry, type item that I found was this ring. I found this ring. It was common, and I used Arcane Essence on it. So that's why it's uncommon. It had minion armor, so it was pretty decent. This was bought from a vendor, and all 3 of these were brought from a vendor. So this was in a lesser shop. I got it. It was kind of, I think, I want to say, I was like level 60 or whatever, farming 75 areas or something. So I got that, kind of earliest. But you can see it doesn't have a useful mod, so it was never really useful. I just was hoping I could roll it better, but never got a chance to. All 3 of these, I got super lucky at level 98 and found a grader shop. That was the only grader I found during the entire run. But yeah, it was a grader shop, and there was the jeweler. And I bought all 3 of these. And combat experience there, got a little bit of use, I guess. But yeah, other than that, though, I went through the entire game and only found this 1 ring. So my point here is basically, you're not going to have like any jewelry unless you get really lucky, or you're just not as unlucky as me. So you got to pretty much plan around your gear being like garbo, like garbage, when building a character. So when keeping all of that into mind, I really wanted to, make a character that could just kind of, not worry too much about getting hit, and also deal good damage. And of course, that leads me to my summoner build. So I was playing summoners, and I was dying a bit, but I was getting better and better over time. But eventually, I was like on like a level 11 summoner. That's where I got, and it mutated Summon Chaos Sword. And so I tried it. I was like, okay, well, let me just give it a shot and see if like what the monster is that is implemented. And it turned out there is no monster. And I learned all this stuff immediately. It's like, oh, there's no cap. Oh, it's using monster level. Blah blah. I was like, well, okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this because I am not a member of the ethics police. I don't have a care in the world of what it takes to win. I'm just gonna win. And realistically speaking, I mean, yeah, Summon Chaos Lord was really good. It's great. It's great. But I could do it with Summon Street too. And once we go into release, and this isn't all cheesy, I'm going to do it again. Hopefully with some more difficulty mods in Summon Street, because I like having the kind of legitimate wins. But right now, the balance of the game is like, it's really bad. So I wasn't really too worried about that at all. So, back to item drops again. One last comment. I did get the luck skill, and I was using it on and off. You're going to notice that the game pace is a lot slower too, because quests aren't as common. You can get them from the encounters that have clans, because the clans will have quests for you to do, and then you can turn them in. But if you're not in a clan-based world, then you won't get as many quests. You get like 1 to 3, and then that's it. But I know Demigod and Adventurer, those both have clans. So I usually just tried to rule Demigod or Adventurer. This one I just picked a random level 200 because I'm making this video. So it's just coincidence I got Demigod. But Demigod's nice to get as long as, and Adventure because the clans and the quests. So yeah, that's kind of how I did that. I tried using luck. I don't feel like luck really helped, but it could just be the fact that the drops are so bad that, you know, you just can't, like the difference between, you know, 0.001% and 0.002 is just impossible to see. So I don't know, but I still used it moderately just in case. So it might have had an impact. I hope it did, but I can't say, because as you can see, my gear is absolutely well, for late game, I mean, now it's good, but trust me, it was way worse than this. I got a lot of combat experience for the 90 plus stuff, because I was level 75, I was farming level 100 areas, but before this, I didn't even have this much experience gear, and even now, even after getting this gear, I tried to save gear, but I don't even have a single, I found a total of 3 pieces of gear with minion damage, like my entire run. Like, to give you an idea how like rare a lot of these mods are. And I mean, same really goes with status effects total time. So I'm like, what, like 3-4 pieces of equipment with that combat experience. I'm actually surprised I got so much of that, but it might be because at like level 85, I actually just put on all the I pretty much only cared about combat experience, so I put that on. But I would say like pre-level 75, I was not getting any like any decent mods on my gear at all. So yeah, that's items. You know, that's basically the idea, my impression of like the gameplay, if you will. You know, it's hard. It's hard. The items are scarce. Monsters hit hard. So I went with the summoner, and you know, I found out Summon Chaos Sword is bugged. So I went, okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, and that's what I did. So I played this character up to level 100, and you know, typical gameplay, I just cast my buffs, get my life, summons, and blah blah blah, and then I just go out and I kill stuff. Yay, exciting stuff. I want to mention just a couple other things here, since, you know, on the character a little bit. So the other exciting thing is, well, we'll go back to basics in a sec. So with mutations, as I leveled up, nothing too special here. Just keep in mind, I didn't know this, but as your level goes up, the cost to return skill points goes up, so you can't really just wait till you get a higher level to refund these. This used to be 1, but now it's 5. Exciting. Not really. But basically, throughout the entire character's lifetime, the only one that I knew I had to get rid of immediately was quills. If you get quills, it blocks out your chest slot, and I can definitely see Shadow implementing some more of those. So in the early game, when you don't have any rings or necklaces or amulets, or necklaces and jewelry, every slot becomes even more valuable, and you know, where you look for like minion stuff or whatever, it's just, yeah, you need that chest slot. So that's kind of how that goes. The rest, I just kind of just stopped paying attention to it after a while. I just made sure my Summon Chaos Sword didn't have absolute garbage on it. I think it had like Magic Find on it before, and yeah, I just didn't really care too much about it. Okay, now basics, the probably exciting part here. So, as I mentioned before, you know, whenever you mutate, you know, you get new skills, and you can put a point into it, and when you put a point into it, you can't lose the skill by mutating. But when you mutate, it adds skills. So it turns out that if you just add a point to, like, for example, health bonus, you can prevent it from getting lost from mutating, and then you can get the additional mutations from that new class. So I just, you know, mutated into Defender. It would give a point. You know, actually, I could just do it in real time right now, probably. I mean, you just mutate to Defender, and did I get a health? I don't see it. It might take a sec. I don't know what's going on here. Wait for it. There we go. Okay, so look, there we go. Health bonus. So I'm at 36, and it goes to 39. Oh, 3k health, that easy. And as you can see, my mutated level is 128. You can go for 100 on that. So I don't really care about using mutation levels. It's really not a big problem on that. You might be able to go with level 100 too. I haven't tried that yet, but I'm going to be trying that after this video. But in any case, yeah, so you could just do that, and you can get a whole bunch of these. I did some dairy craft and blah, blah, blah. You know, with my 1.4k vitality, we get like level 30 unholy vitality, you know, hardiness, 18-ish, or whatever you want to put it at. You know, get some vitality on Gary. You could push like 300,000 health, probably. Again, I'm not min-maxing like that crazy on this character, because, well, I've got gaseous form, so your defense is super high. You don't really need that much ever. But yeah, if you want to, I don't know, if you want to, you can. If someone mods Ultimate 4 to go to level 500, like I might have done in the past, then it may be useful to have 300,000 health. In any case, though, enough of that. So yeah, that's how you can get, you can cheese the basics. And now that I've kind of discussed items, my character, you know, I figure I could just do the one level 200 run really fast, just kind of show a little bit of the gameplay. And then after that, I'll just discuss some skills a little bit. So we cast our buffs. I just want to make sure I don't miss any buffs. I haven't played for like 60 minutes, like an hour. So yeah, so we do that. And we cast gaseous form. Okay. So yeah, again, these are all level 200. I'm only using 9 right now. Again, I usually use about 20, but because I'm recording a video, I don't want it to crash or anything. So it's kind of inconvenient when you're in gaseous form to not be able to teleport. But it's whatever. So that thing did 633 health to me, and my fire resistance 74, so it did about 2.5k if I was not in gaseous form. Nice. So as you can see, I did do like 8,000 a hit. You know, that's not really anything if you're using projectiles or actually now most spells, really most abilities in the late game. I mean, you're going to be doing like 10,000 plus if you build it right. You can do 100,000 easy. So yeah, it's just a little gameplay. I mean, again, really boring. When I was getting in game, I was just watching Twitch on the other monitor while just holding down my mouse button and moving in random directions, and not really even paying any attention. That was my gameplay from level 60 to level 100 was pretty much this. So yeah, exciting gameplay, right? No, not really. So yeah, that's pretty much it on the character there. You know, you just want to make sure you can use all the important items. Mail, leather, cape wands, plate, and then get into like very late game. Of course, just random tip, you know, you start with hardiness early game because it's overpowered. Then, you know, later on you start getting, you know, other stuff like unholy vitality and teleport concentration speed. Even prayer, I was using for the mana, because you need mana to be able to cast hardiness, and cutting your mana in half, it just kind of needed to get it. I only had like level 9 based on, I got 5 mutation bonuses, 14 now, so it's like level 9, it was like 300, you know, it's cost like 110, so, and you know, this is 40 a level, so, you know, you just had a decent amount of mana. Of course, now that, you know, once you get late game, you get gaseous form, you get crazy amounts of mana, but until then, at least, you know, you probably want to just use prayer, and so you can get that nice mana regen. And of course, combo with energetic, you probably don't even need to level that up until late game, but at least one level in energetic from the thief, and your mana issues are pretty much resolved. So that's pretty much how that goes on the character. There's not really anything else to say other than, yeah, I just reiterate, the loot is poop. You're not going to be able to find much good loot, most likely. So if you do decide to not do a summoner, then, well, you're going to probably want to, I don't know. Well, actually, I have some ideas, and that's where the next segment of this video is going to go, but I'm actually not going to do it in this video. The next segment, the part 2, is actually going to be a separate video, because I just wanted to keep this one focused on my character and, you know, kind of my achievement here of being level 100. And so yeah, part 2 will be posted with this video wherever I put it at. Ooh, and kill something for 10,000. Nice. It'll be posted wherever I post this, and yeah, hope you watch that too. I mean, it's up to you. just going to be talking about skills, my thoughts on the skills, and some other potentially overpowered builds that you could maybe cheese hardcore with, if not for the mutation system being completely reworked from scratch. Nothing exciting, nothing exciting.